Vamos a ver qué tal este de Snipers Only.
Team deathmatch. Here they come. Attack! We have taken the lead. Enemy at the back alley.
Congeló esta madre, ¿qué pedo? A ver.
Allied UAV overhead.
Vamos a arreglar esta madre. Ya valió madre. Voy a agregarlo otra vez, espérame. Video capture.
Reloading.
No. Discard.
Reloading.
Vamos a poner otra vez. Game capture. Ándale. Ahí está. A ver, vamos a ver si jala. Que la perra. Toma, baby. Quiere jalar ahora.
Reloading.
Funciones, gráficos, full screen, está todo bien. Pues, vamos a agregar otra vez el game capture. Ahí va. Quitamos este pedo. Vamos a ver si jala. Todavía no.
Allied UAV overhead. Enemy at the shop. Allied precision airstrike. Beware.
Voy a tener que pagar el juego.
Enemy at the restaurant.
We're halfway there. Keep going. Allied UAV overhead.
Vamos a mandar la señal para allá. Damos el preview, abrimos el juego a ver si jala. A ver. Vamos a ver si ahora sí jala. A veces no jala este pedo, güey. Y siempre se me olvida cómo le hago para hacerlo jalar. Ahí está. Ya. Ok, eso aparentemente lo que tengo que hacer es apagar todo. Y empezar de cero. Ahí está. Ah, sí, sí. Okay, so we're gonna have some fun. Voy a bajar este para acá, voy a acomodar esta ventanita aquí. Ahora sí, vamos a darle. Merengue. ¡Lista! Ya quedó, vámonos. A las 2 de la tarde empezó. Me tardé ahora para poder acomodar todo este pedo, Hey Roger, ¿cómo andas, perro? ¿Todo bien o qué? Mira. ¿Ya te compraste el juego o qué? Chulo. Para que vayas a jugar con nosotros. Luchi ya dice que ya va a jugar también, ¿no? Ahorita estamos en Snipers Only.
Enemy at the courtyard.
Dos.
Ahora que yo, bro.
Enemy at the forklift.
Tres.
Oh, what the?
Ese era mi culo. Anda perro mi equipo,
Reloading.
Mira. Mira.
striker wins. Watch them all.
¿Qué onda, güey? ¿Cómo vas, perro?
Request recon flyover.
UAV entering the AO.
¿Dónde nos vamos a aventar? Este equipo que traigo yo anda perrísimo,
Enemy at the office.
Striker 3-1, good copy. Strike it.
Friendly UAV overhead.
¿Le alcancé a aventar el DC, no? Sí, se lo aventé, ¿no?
UAV is bingo fuel.
Órale, perro.
Effect on target.
Sí escucha, ¿no, Edwin? ¿Todo bien? Me voy a esconder por ahí. Ese equipo que traigo ahora anda perro, ¿eh? Le di, güey, no. Le di, no lo maté al perro, ¿viste? ¡Ah! Órale, órale. Hello, hello. A ver, déjame acomodar. No, se escucha todo, ¿verdad? Todo bien. A ver, ahí está.
Shipping area.
¡Oh! A los dos nos chingó, ¿viste? ¡Sana,
Enemy at the center.
Enemy UAV
A los dos
overhead.
nos folló el perro ese.
Enemy at the forklift.
Oye, este pinche rifle que traigo no vale ñongas, güey. El que no vale ñongas eres tú, dime. No, güey, les doy, no. Necesito que darles más de un tiro para matarlo. Voy a entrar.
Enemy UAV overhead.
No lo miré. Fausto, ¿qué onda, perro? No lo miré ese güey, ¿viste? Fantástico.
Enemy at the cargo containers.
Fausto. No, manco, ahora Fausto. Tengo que sacar el fuga. Ahorita empiezan a caer los... Mira.
Halfway there. Keep fighting.
Enemy at the
Enemy
forklift.
position airstrike. Take cover.
Oye, empecé muy bien y ahorita ya nomás ya no puedo matar ni uno. Es que esta mira tarda mucho en abrirse, güey. No mames, ¿neta, Fausto? Voy a cambiar a otra pinche.
Enemy UAV overhead.
No hay uno que tenga... Pues vamos a darle si no mames, Fausto. Ya me dejaste atrás, culero.
Friendly UAV overhead.
Yo lo tenía que como en 10, ¿no? ¡Ay, güey! ¿Ni qué la tenía yo, Fausto?
Friendly UAV overhead.
Bueno, en esta temporada, pues no, estaba bien baja, pero normalmente en las otras temporadas. Le maté el perro. Ah. 16. ¿Y el Uri en qué la lleva?
Enemy at the forklift.
Dale, güey, maté uno, Sí, yo tenía como 14, ¿verdad?
Enemy UAV.
¿El Uri en qué la
Friendly
tendrá, güey?
UAV overhead.
Oye, ¿el doctor ya juega? Dale, güey, uno.
UAV overhead.
Nomás empiezan a caer y... Es otro pedo. Vamos a ver si puedo matar más. Dos. Tres.
We've got a UAV on station. Ready for flyover.
Request recon flyover.
UAV entering the AO.
Enemy at the forklift.
Keep fighting, we got this. Friendly UAV overhead. Precision airstrike available. Be advised, UAV is being occupied. RTB for resupply.
This is Striker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound.
Enemy near Main Street.
Impact, no joy.
Dice, pero ya tenerla arriba de 15 es para una daga. A la verga, órale, pasa a ver. Apenas al último la andaba agarrando la onda yo.
Score a victory, mate. Let's have another.
Apenas al último la andaba agarrando la onda, pinche Fausto. Todavía juega el güey, y todavía ya no hace directos, ¿no? ¿Qué pasaría? ¿Qué pasaría? Gracias por compartir, pinche Fausto. Vamos a ver, pinche Fausto, Johnny. Le voy a mandar un mensaje a Juan a ver si juega el perro. Uy, de verdad se va el pinche día, van a ser las 2 de la tarde, güey. Ya van a ser las 2 de la tarde, güey. No mames, de verdad se va el pinche día, güey. La. Es que lo que voy a jugar, yo voy a jugar Free for All, güey. Voy a jugar Free for All con mi AKM, güey. Espérate, voy a acomodar mi AKM, güey. Esta pinche AKM que tengo yo. Mira esta. Y la voy a hacer para que de volada la pueda levantarla, güey, guacha. Cualquier cosa que le pongas aquí, güey, no vale verga, lo va a quitar todo. No le va a poner nada. B-roll tampoco. Tampoco le va a poner nada, güey. Le voy a poner este aquí, Este, güey, vamos a ver qué tal jala, Órale, ¿por qué no transmitiré al güey? Yo creo que se desbarató la computadora, ¿o qué? No le voy a poner nada nada, le voy a poner nada ahí. Le voy a poner aquí, a ver qué le ponemos. Aquí, mobility. Tenemos la de mobility. Esta voy a poner aquí. Vamos a ponerle la de esta que le da Power Rate, Recoil Control 40, 30 rounds, 70 rounds. ¡Ah, la! ¿Te imaginas? Pero me quita mucho de velocidad. Ahora voy a poner esta de aquí. Esta de aquí. A ver, ¿qué le ponemos atrás en el grip? Esta de aquí menos. A ver, un perk. El FMJ es el que me gusta a mí, el FMJ. Ah, no lo voy a poner ahorita FMJ. Vamos a ver qué tal jala así, Vamos a sacarla a la AKM, Fausto, a ver qué pedo, perro. Esa pinche AKM desmadra, güey. ¿Y luego qué, Fausto? ¿Qué les dormiste ayer? ¿Qué onda, Héctor? ¿Cómo estás? Héctor, Fausto, ¿ya pusiste internet en tu casa? Vale, vámonos. No mames, ¿dónde, güey? Anda el giroscopio 400, no mames.
Free for all.
Vámonos, vamos a ver qué tal la hacemos.
If it
Todos contra
moves,
todos.
kill it.
Sacamos la pinche AKM de volada. Vamos a ver, ¿dónde está?
Enemy personal radar in the air.
¿Dónde está? Uno.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Tengo el pinche teléfono aquí enfrente y me está estorbando el güey.
Got a personal radar drone ready for escort.
Ya mero lo fallaba el güey. Dice en él, pero ya cuando tenga el 12 sí quiere ver qué es lo que hago con un buen pin y buen celular. ¡A la verga! ¿Qué hubo? ¿Crees que ya te quiten la mancona así? ¡No mames! Ni rebota casi nada esa chingadera, güey. Pero es que a mí me gusta que rebote la pinche AKM, güey. Mira, ¿ves? Como estoy impuesto a que rebota de a madre, la bajo de a madre, la güey. Otra voy a poner porque vea.
Jaguar 30, personal radar is bingo fuel, recalling to base.
Yo estoy impuesto que la AKM la tengo que controlar de a madre. Este perro me andaba siguiendo, ¿viste? Y no, esta madre ni siquiera parece AKM, güey. ¡Ay! Hijo de tu madre. Dice, pues no creo, pero un poquito sí, yo creo. Fausto, pero si puedes poner internet ahí o qué. O sea, sí hay servicio. Sí hay servicio ahí por tu casa. Oye, ando muy pinche mancote ahora. Entonces ya por incidental nomás agarrando vuelo y empiezo a controlar la plaza. Mire, güey. ¡Ah! Ya mero lo fallaba el perro. Ese es mi cuerpo abatido.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Vamos a ver. Entonces ibas a comprar el 12, perro. El 12 Pro Max.
Enemy cluster strike.
Para que amarre.
Take cover.
Pero para nomás nos quieres para jugar, ¿no? O vive más gente ahí contigo. Que vayan a usar como YouTube y así. El YouTube gasta de madre, güey.
Enemy UAV overhead.
¿Cuál es el botón, güey? Corre, 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 corre. ¿Qué te dijeron? Si gradúas de la escuela te compro el 12. Si no, nomás una bienpa. Si no, solamente te compro una bienpa. Si gradúas de la escuela.
Enemy cruise missile incoming.
¿Qué te dijeron? Si gradúas de la escuela te compro el pinche iPhone. Este mapa no me gusta ni verga, güey. No le hallo el ritmo. ¡Ay, güey! No le hallo el ritmo. ¡Ah!
Time's up. Move your ass.
Que la verga, ¿no? Tanto que volteé para todos lados y no pude. Para donde no volteé ahí estaba el vato. Oh the fuck. Son.
That's it. We've lost the objective. I expect better.
Ya. Estoy chingando ya. Ya me estoy sintiendo un poquito más a gusto con los botones, ¿eh? Espérate, voy a acomodar mi loadout. Aventarme un Warzone, a ver qué pedo. Ya, MP7. A ver qué le ponemos aquí. Monolithic Suppressor, ya. Vamos a meter un dúo a ver si encuentro a alguien nuevo con quien jugar, ¿Cómo van las noticias, güey? Ah, pinche. Hey, what's up, bud?
Form up while you can. We deploy soon.
Opciones, audio. Hello. Ya está el micrófono.
Okay, then, bro.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Hello?
¿Qué onda?
What's up, bro?
What up, bud?
What do you like to land? Or what do you want?
I don't know. I don't care.
I bet.
I'm not very good at this game, so I'll follow you.
Alright.
You're the boss, baby.
Yeah. Bueno, really.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, then. You're the boss.
Enough
Nah.
training. Now we face the enemy for real.
You're the leader. As long as I get my loadout, it should be good.
Where you want to land?
That's up to you.
Well, I'm not very good at this game, but I think we should go here, look.
Where? Oh, there, yeah. That's a good spot. Go there.
Battle Royale. All right, soldier. Mark a drop point for
Let's
your
go.
team. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone.
How long have you been playing?
I mean, I play on and off, but I've probably done like 10 matches on Warzone. Maybe
Wait,
15.
Are you so far from your mic?
Huh?
Are you far from your mic?
Hold on, I can't hear you. What did you say?
Are you far from your mic?
No, you can barely hear me or what?
No, it just sounds like you're really far.
Alright, maybe, hold on, I can raise the game here in a little bit. Ooh, they're trying to kill me.
Wait, are we going trade station or here? Oh, back there.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Wait, whoa.
I'm gonna land on this green building right here.
Eliminate all targets in the AO.
Okay, let me see if I can fix this mic. Where's this
Yo.
mic?
Yo, hello?
Yo, can you hear me now? What about right now? Is it
Yeah.
better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, that's better. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm doing something. Wait. No, I'm not supposed to do that. Okay. Oh, this pack is lit. we get free money. They patched it. Damn, I have to buy a loadout so much times here. Oh, I think I know a glitch to do it real quick.
Hey, yo, let's keep pushing back this way so we can get some more money. Uh-oh. Damn.
High caliber
Okay.
here.
So, vamos a ver. I forgot what these buttons for. Oh, ya me acordé. Alright.
You're losing ground.
Yo, we can buy it now.
Get to the safe zone.
Yo, there's a car over here, and then there's a store over here.
All right.
Yo, 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 can you hear me? Hello?
Got a light vehicle here.
No, este vato no viene.
Friendly drop back guns away.
I'll drive.
I'll take the wheel.
Yo, 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 yo. Ah, no sé qué le pasaría a su micrófono a este güey. Costo, mejor cómprate un pinche PlayStation para jugar Warzone, güey.
On your route. Friendly drop back on the way. Visual on care package. I'll drive. Let's go. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. You're losing ground. Moving up.
Ah.
Your teammate is in the gulag now. If they survive, they redeploy. Teammate has been cleared for redeployment.
El otro güey, ¿dónde está? Oh, ahí está el otro güey.
I'm taking fire!
Woo!
Welcome to the gulag. If you survive, you earn your freedom. You must wait for now. Victory rests on your shoulders. Finish the mission.
Ya lo mataron al otro güey. Según era bueno. Estaba más manco que yo.
Win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. It's time. Break.
Me ganó el perro.
Base with you. It has talked that time. We will settle the score.
Según el otro güey era más bueno que yo. All right. Oh, oh, vamos a jugar otra vez si encontramos un compañero más o menos. Es que
Use this time to
cuando
practice.
estábamos
We'll be
arriba
deploying soon.
ya mero me quebraban, por eso me bajé hasta abajo yo y ese güey se quedó arriba para pelearlo solo. Hello, 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 hello. Wait.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Where do you want to go?
Wherever you want to go, bruh. You're the boss man around her.
No.
I suck, so. You gotta be the boss man, bruh.
What kind of mic do you have?
Why?
Sounds like you're talking through a Connect.
Huh?
Sounds like you're talking through a Connect. Like an Xbox 360 Connect.
Hostile dropping into the
It sounds
area.
bad or what?
Practice is over. The real fight
Terrible.
begins now.
Uh-oh. Let me see.
Yeah, right there.
I got a fucking Yeti mic. Okay, let me see. Hold on. You tell me if it gets better, okay? Okay,
Battle
what about
Royale.
now? Hello,
All
hello.
right, soldier. Mark a drop point for your team. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe
Did
zone.
it get any better?
That's our drop zone.
What, your
Get
mic
ready.
now?
No.
It sounds like you're like way far away from it.
Dude, I got that motherfucker literally next to my fucking mouth. Let's go right here, no? I swear. It's one of these Yeti mics.
My volume though. Oh, try.
Yo, let's land. Let's land right there. Look.
Yeah, there's like 9 people here. Just letting you know. I'm landing at the yellow building right here. Oh, never mind. I'm landing at the red building right here. Oh, you done?
Primary
bitch?
objective is to eliminate all
I was getting shot, bro, but I'm going back. Oh,
Damn it.
fuck. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna go get some money.
I'll be
Your
back.
teammate has entered the gulag. Surviving earns them redeployment.
Ooh, shit.
Alright, here I go.
Your teammates lost the
Damn.
fight. Now they return to base.
Alright, if you turn
It's
my
all
back,
up
then
to
do
you
it.
now.
Are you gonna stay? Se fue el güey. Dice que escucha mal el micrófono. Mira, ya lo iba a completar el güey y se fue. Yo, did you leave or you stayed? Ya lo completaba, mira. Pero ¿por qué dice que se escucha mal el micrófono? A ver. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
What?
Okay, you there, huh? Yeah,
Yeah, I've been here.
I can buy you. I thought you left.
Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. Take your time. Take your time.
Mark a store. I'm gonna go to this store right here. I'm gonna go grab.
Vendor here if you need equipment.
Enemy UAV overhead. Gas is moving.
I'll drive.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Watch out, there's people around, okay?
There's people around. Do you know where they're at around you?
They're probably, no, I mean, they're not like around me, but they're probably over there, look.
Enemies in the area!
I'm gonna land over here.
Watch out, because the gas is coming.
That's okay.
I'm gonna go pick you up.
I'll drive.
Let's go, bro. The gas is for you.
Yeah. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Here you go.
Move to the target area. You don't have long.
Watch out, there's people right there where you are.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Oh, shit. Never mind, he was next to me. Motherfucker.
This is the Gulag. Survive and you can redeploy. The fight begins now. You're up next. Get ready.
Fuck.
You win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. It's time. Break some.
Oh,
Back to
shit.
base with you.
No mames, me dio un tiro y me
We'll
mató
come
el
back
güey.
stronger next time.
Mm. Oh my god. Mm. Voy a jugar un poco de zombie mejor. Yo ya tengo Wars Black Ops. ¿Por qué me dice que lo compre el perro? Uf.
But first, here's my take. The predictions most people make about the outcome of the election are probably right. Donald Trump Joe Biden won't change reality. His lawsuits appear to be going nowhere, with one judge describing a Trump campaign legal brief as inadmissible hearsay within hearsay. Republican state legislatures are not going to designate their own slates of electors in defiance of the duly recorded vote totals. So, once all the ranting and suing is over, Biden will almost certainly be inaugurated as the President of the United States on January 20th, 2021. But Trump is attacking, defaming, and delegitimizing American elections in a manner unprecedented in the country's history. His obstructionism won't keep him in power, but it will deeply wound America's democratic culture.
Vamos a ver qué pedo con el zombies. Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me?
And few of them are going to change their minds because of court decisions and recounts. The conspiracy theory of the stolen election of 2020 is here to stay. A reminder, whatever one may say about democratic anger and resistance after 2016, Hillary Clinton conceded to Trump the night of the election and made her formal concession speech the next day.
I congratulated Donald Trump and offered to work with him on behalf of our country. I hope that he will be a successful president for all Americans.
The following day, President Obama invited Trump to the White House, spent an hour and a half talking with him, and promised full cooperation for a successful transition. The historical parallel that seems most appropriate today is a very dark one. After Germany surrendered at the end of World War I, ultra-right-wing groups concocted the myth that Germany was actually on the verge of winning the war in November 1918. But surrender...
Requiem actual strike team is on the ground.
Welcome to Alpha Site.
All right, great news of a sort for a little while. Trump did, in fact, accidentally concede. I'm going to read you his statement where he acknowledges that Joe Biden won. And then, of course, as predicted weeks ago by me, he then unconceded. I told you! I told you! All right, so I'm going to give you all the details on that and the latest madness from his lawyers, too. But this video is sponsored by 2 Cents of Folks. You guys hit the join button below on YouTube. You become a Young Turks member. You make this show possible. If you're watching anywhere else, tyt.com/join.
Whatever happened here is the cause of the dimensional breaches all over the
Young
world.
Turks. All right, now the other sponsor we have is Aspiration. In this case, aspiration.com/tyt. Look, they're doing all sorts of fun stuff over there. I know because I'm an account holder. So they're doing sweepstakes where they're giving away money. They've got a ridiculous cashback offer. You can just, it's all on the website where you go to aspiration.com/tyt, okay? And they have a thing called Pay What's Fair. What kind of libs are they? What kind of progressive financial institution says, I don't know, just pay whatever's fair, right? I feel like the other financial institutions do the exact opposite. Pay what's unfair. So, if you're a progressive, have peace of mind where you're putting your money, and they help save the environment by planting trees. All right, aspiration.com/tyt. Check it out. All right, and usually after the videos are done being live, we'll put links down below, and you can click on it really easy. Okay, so what's the latest from Trump? So he's on a Twitter storm as always. He came out publicly the other day, but didn't take any questions. Hasn't taken questions for over a week, but he's still tweeting. So he tweets this morning, he won because the election was rigged. No vote watchers or observers allowed. Vote tabulated by a radical left privately owned company, Dominion. with a bad reputation and bum equipment that couldn't even qualify for Texas, which I won by a lot. By the way, I'm not exaggerating. These are all direct quotes. Of course, I'm reading it in a certain tone of voice, but probably the tone of voice he had in his head. So almost done. He goes, the fake and silent media and more. He's the president of the United States. People look at these childish tweets and they're like, yes, that's my leader, man. I'm so proud. He's so strong. Fake silent media, they're robbing me. The president. I don't have any evidence, but I just want to be president really bad because I don't want to go broke and I don't want to go to jail. Okay, we got it. You stop your crying and your yapping. But his audience loves it. They're like, oh, more crying. You're like, yes, I was looking forward to more crying today. And the president's crying again. Everybody gather around the couch. We're having such a good time. Oh, no, he accidentally conceded. If you notice in the beginning of the tweet, he said he won. Oh, okay, so it's over and you know it's over. Now, this is the part where I told you he will concede and unconcede several times in the lame duck session. So here we go. This is the first instance. He concedes. Now he comes back around to... Now, it wasn't an official announcement or anything like that. It's just mad ravings of a lunatic on Twitter. And the Washington Post op-ed section actually had a good op-ed this morning. Fred Hyatt, who runs that op-ed section, basically pointing out the several different reasons why Donald Trump is still not leaving office. And it was not either or, it was all of the above. I think he thinks that as well. I certainly think that. One is, he's like, if I could try to steal it, I'm definitely going to try to steal it. I'm going to try everything in the world to steal this thing, even though I know I lost.
This is where it started.
King Crimson, thank you for becoming a member. But he's like, but also at the same time, I want to figure out desperately, how do I enrich myself in this limited amount of time I have left while I still have access to information? Maybe I could sell the information later. Maybe I could use the information later to you know, whether it's building Fort. And now he's excited about building Trump Moscow again. Oh my God, he's unbelievable. So he's just trying to figure out, how do I grab money? How do I grab money before I get out of here?
Sort of
those old bubbles like they would have on TV, and they'd blow the dollar bills around, and then they'd have contests for however many you could grab, and it's kind of a pathetic thing. It always turned me off. Like, don't do this to people. By the way, Jason Acal 907, Franco Orimi, Liza Frolkus, all just became members. And Jason, thank you for doing it at the premium level where you get all the videos. And that's who Trump is. He's in that bubble. He's trying to grab every dollar before he leaves. So that's also true. And then the third part of it is just a little baby. Got a little baby. And he just can't bring himself to admit that he lost. And of course, the real problem is he owes $421 million. He's got no way to pay it. He's dead broke, and he's going to get humiliated. He's going to lose all of his properties. You know, people think he's worried about being brought up on charges. You know, I reported on a story like that for you guys before. Drummer Boy Nord. You guys have fun names. Thank you for becoming a Young Turks member. Thank you for being a Young Turk. So, by the way, quick side note: Young Turks, Pittsburgh Steelers Nation. Okay, shoptyut.com. All right. Anyways, so and the last part of it is just, yeah, I don't think that the criminal charges, and I'm going to get to his unconcession in a second. I don't think the criminal charges bother him nearly as much because he's gotten away with so many crimes in his life. I think he'd be shocked if he was ever held accountable. But the money worries him because, guys, if you never heard this story, it's a long time ago. Trump told the story of a guy who used to be really rich and used to go to these fancy New York parties. And then he lost all of his money, and then he was kind of shunned by the rich crowd. By the way, as he was describing the story, before I even got to Trump, I was like, how much do I despise everyone in this room who only judges people by how much money they have? And when that guy was up in the Trump telling the story, and I believe this part, he was, everybody saying, oh, Bobby, you're the best, Bobby. Bobby, everybody loves Bobby. Bobby's rich, right? And then he loses all his money. He goes to the same party the next year and the year after, and he's like in a corner and nobody was talking to him. What a disgusting room of people. And Trump was desperate to be like in that room. And he thought, like Bobby, and I made up the name Bobby, I don't remember what his actual name was, but it's a real story. You can look it up online. But his biggest fear in the world is being that guy. Being Bobby in the corner with everybody laughing at him and no one wanting to talk to him in the rich guy's room. Oh, he's disgusting on every level. And for people who he thinks that he's a populist fighting for the average American worker. Oh my God, what am I going to do with you guys? We want to help you. We want to get you higher wages. We want to get you more jobs. We want to get you better health care. But you won't let us help you. Like, oh, the Orange Man good. Orange Man good. Don't say mean stories about Orange Man. All right, so let's go to Orange Man's unconcession. Let me have a drink here.
Back to basics.
Kidding, there's nothing in there. I just wanted to do a plug on Too Strong Coffee. I'm having fun this morning. Can I have a little bit of fun with Trump? Dominic Turner, you joined at Essentials. You're awesome. Tom Ellsbury, awesome. Just joined. John Person, thank you for using Super Chat. Thanks to Anna for telling folks about the Dozen MAGA March. That's what Anna did on lunch. You guys know, right? Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock is the right here, and 5:30 is the conversation where I do interviews, amazing interviews, including with Larry Lessig, who told us about all of the legal possibilities for Trump about a week ago. Coffee is for closers. You're back. You're giving £5. That's more than $5. We appreciate it. Coffee also for closers. What a badass company. I mean, Aspiration's badass. There's strongcoffee.com. Because they're like, oh, we'll just give it to Just Democrats. Wait, are you allowed to? Yeah, because we care. Grant Chassis, thanks, brother. Look at this. Simantali Batiste. Thank you for the super chat. You're awesome. So they're like, yeah, we'll give it to Wolfpack. Yeah, we want to get money out of politics. So what? Yeah, we're going to do it. You know why? Too strong. TooStrongCoffee.com/TYT. I'm also having fun with the plugs. For God's sake, let's get to Trump unconceding. Okay? Stop it, all right? Let me get Don't stop, by the way. Keep the super chats going. And the sign-ups. Join button. All right, come on, guys. Two last tweets. Okay, then Trump realized, oops, I made a mistake. I said he won. I shouldn't have said that. So he comes in and he goes, just all caps as usual. Rigged election. We will win. I am a judge. Okay, anyway, so he's back to rigged election. You guys, this is so dangerous. He's getting half the country, or a third of the country, to really believe that every election is a fraud, everything is a lie. Remember, they've lent their brain out to him. They're just renting it out to him.
This is just Spec Ops' favorite.
Whatever he programs the cult with, all elections are fake. Don't ever listen to an election. Democracy sucks. Let's just take power. Don't worry about democracy. America sucks. Let's ruin America. Let's ruin democracy. Let's just grab power. Just grab it. Who cares that we lost? We just grab it by the power, right? And so, and a third of the country is like robots. Like, oh, democracy sucks, man. Oh my God, I hate America, right? Now, Trump made America great again by getting me to hate democracy and the way that we do things in America. I mean, counting all the votes, it's an outrage, this democracy. They really start to believe it. And every day he continues to do this. Every day his followers get more brainwashed. So that's the situation we're in. So final tweet, he says, he only won in the eyes of the fake news media. How could you not see this as a child? How could you not see it? All right, he says, I could see nothing. Who writes like this when you're a grown man, let alone president? Jesus. And he says, we have a long way to go. This was up. And it gets now rigged election. Crying emoji. I'm kidding about that emoji. But that's coming. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if he literally did a crying emoji. All right, so that's his first concession, first unconcession. They're on the board, but don't worry, there'll be a lot more where that came from. Okay, so I remember a couple people predicted. First, Mr. Vane01, thank you for the super chat. Carters eat Germany. I don't know why they do or what Carters are, but thank you for being a young Turk now. Okay, so
you know what that is, Weaver? That's the first dimensional breach.
Doesn't say defend. Doesn't say.
It was the particle accelerator.
That's their strong leader.
That's what Project End Station was researching.
That's going to leave a mark. It really is. And now, great followers to hate democracy is going to leave a mark in this country. And it's going to be hard to uproot that. And every day and every second it gets worse. Now, the thing that could force him out more is if Republicans broke ranks. And finally, some people in the media are saying today, like, have you noticed that the other Republicans continue to lie along with Trump? It's not at all strange. They're all goddamn liars. What's strange is people in news just realizing that maybe Mitch McConnell might not be straight up with you. Can you imagine that that's breaking news to cable news anchors? They're like, huh? Mitch McConnell's not on the level? Huh? Kevin McCarthy's helping Donald Trump lie and steal an election? Huh? How could you be surprised by that at this late date? But they're genuinely flummoxed. But it's a good thing overall. At least they're going on TV and saying, I can't believe this. I can't believe that all the Republicans that are elected Republican political officials who they loved so much in the mainstream media, who they elevated and put on a pedestal. Oh, establishment Democrats, establishment Republicans. Oh, it's so 50-50. You guys are so great. And when you guys come together on bipartisan deals for tax cuts for the rich, oh, we love it. Now, of course, we're going to find out that Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy might have been lying this whole time. Oh, for God's sake, you're in the news business. You're in the news business. And that's news to you. You're never honest with your audience. Anyway, but they are today. I know it's a backhanded compliment and an ironic way of giving them credit. But today there's some palpable frustration on television, both in the Sunday morning shows and the cable news going, really, almost every Republican in the country is willing to go with a super dangerous, super obvious lie. Yes, they are. All right, I'm going to give you more later, including Donald Trump's lawyers have gone, whatever is remaining of his lawyers have gone absolutely bonkers. Totally lost their minds. One more shout out to the main sponsor of this video, aspiration.com/TYT. Absurd amount of cash back, peace of mind. They never put your money in fossil fuel money, so you feel good, you make more money. It's just a win-win. There's no reason not to do it. Go check it out. Even if you put a little bit in, you get to enter the sweepstakes and do all the other fun events that they have from time to time. So check out the website. All right, guys. Much love. I'll see you soon. And Yvette Wolf, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
This Sunday, no concession and a growing COVID crisis. President Trump refusing to admit defeat.
Whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration will be at this time of day.
Republican allies reacting either with silence.
Senator, is it time to acknowledge that President-elect Biden has won the election?
Or support.
President Trump should not concede.
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration.
As Trump loyalists march in Washington. Echoing the president's false claims of a stolen election. The administration withholding sensitive information from President-elect Biden.
I just think it's an embarrassment.
Where did they go?
Systems are
My
showing
guest this morning,
unidentifiable
Biden's incoming
residue, which
Chief of
suggests
Staff, Ron Klain, and the
Oh, dear.
Republican governor of Arkansas,
you didn't go
Asa
through
Hutchinson.
the portal.
Also, record COVID spike.
This is kind of like standing on the beach and watching the hurricane slowly roll towards you.
This surge is much more intense, widespread.
Good old one-shot wonder.
49 states see a rise in cases. Many cities and states finally cracking down.
I am announcing a 2-week freeze for the entire state.
Stay at home unless you must go out for essential reasons.
I'll talk to a member of President-elect Biden's COVID transition team, Dr. Michael Osterholm. Joining me for Inside Analysis are NBC News correspondent Carol Lee, Republican strategist Al Carter, Maria Teresa Kumar, president of Voto Latino, and Jeffrey Welcome to Sunday. It's Meet the Press.
From NBC News, Washington, the longest-running show in television history. This is Meet the Press with Chuck Todd.
And a good Sunday morning. Nearly 2 weeks after an Election Day contest won by Joe Biden by more than 5.5 million votes so far, and by a comfortable electoral vote margin, the country is facing two interconnected crises. One, the President of the United States refuses to concede the election, claiming falsely that it was somehow stolen.
Neutralized
Attorney
flesh
General
eaters.
is currently encouraging investigations into voter fraud despite the fact that evidence exists. The the Secretary of State has suggested the president will be inaugurated for a second term. Absolutely. The president has fired his defense secretary and has told the Defense Department with loyalists, some of whom traffic in conspiracy. If this were happening anywhere else, our State Department would be issuing grim reports about the future of that country's democracy.
I got a window for Chopper X, full track team. Take it if we need to regroup.
Making matters worse, the administration is refusing to allow Biden's team access to secure communications and classified briefings, including Operation Warp Speed, which covers vaccine distribution for the exploding COVID crisis. And in fact, this is happening as President Trump is all but ignoring the pandemic, reportedly not having even met with his own coronavirus task force in at least 5 months. The pandemic is at its highest peak yet. In just the last week, 31 states have set records for new cases, and the last 6 states have seen the highest case counts nationwide. In short, President Trump is refusing to acknowledge two realities: his defeat and COVID-19. But the virus does not care, as it continues its march across the country, doing exactly what experts have long predicted.
Whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration will be? I guess time will tell. But I can tell you this administration will not go to a lockdown.
President Trump acknowledging for a moment on Friday that he may not have won the election, even as he continues to refuse to concede.
We're moving forward here at the White House under the assumption that there will be a second Trump term.
Mr. Trump out of public view for most of the week, but tweeting hundreds of times. Suffered a string of legal setbacks in Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Michigan on Friday, as Joe Biden's electoral college win grew to 306 electoral votes, matching Mr. Trump's in 2016.
We had a massive landslide victory, as you know, in the electoral college. I guess the final numbers are now at 306. We are already beginning transition. We're well underway.
President-elect Joe Biden also largely out of public view, but criticizing the president.
I just think it's an embarrassment.
As Republicans eyeing the coming Senate runoffs in Georgia, where they believe they need a mobile office, Trump's voters largely rallied around him.
President Trump throwing decoys. 100% of the Democrats look into allegations of irregularities and ways.
Next door window's gone. I'll let you know when the next one's available.
The future of America is on the line in Georgia.
But by Thursday, cracks emerged as Republicans began to call for Biden to receive intelligence briefings.
For me, this is just an issue of saying let's learn the lesson of 2000 and let's make sure that it
I think it's important that both continue to get those briefings until the Electoral College makes its final determination.
Should we need a transition in the future, this would simplify that transition.
The leadership vacuum of the lame duck period comes as the coronavirus pandemic is shattering records, with more than 176,000 new cases on Friday. Cases are up over the past 2 weeks in 49 states and D.C. More than 69,000 people are hospitalized, and deaths have risen in 31 states.
This surge is much more intense, widespread.
It is spreading rapidly everywhere.
We're heading towards a cliff. I don't know if the vaccine gets to us before we have horrible things happening here in Wisconsin.
More states are issuing new restrictions, including a mask mandate in North Dakota, and on Friday, Wyoming's governor said he is considering one as well. As the coronavirus continues to spread.
I am announcing a 2-week freeze for the entire state.
Total lockdown. If we don't start to get more serious and follow
Sniper rifle acquired.
And as you can see by this chart, the number of new cases has skyrocketed, more than doubling in recent weeks. One person has been predicting this kind of turn in the pandemic since he first appeared to meet the press back on April 26. Dr. Michael Osterholm said then we were in the foothills of this crisis and had mountains yet to climb. And if you can see that daily case count, looks like an ever-growing mountain. Dr. Osterholm, disease expert at the University of Minnesota, and he's now a member of President-elect Biden's COVID Advisory Board. Dr. Osterholm, welcome back to Meet the Press. I thought it was important to get your perspective first before I got to President-elect Biden's chief of staff, Ron McClain. So let me just simply ask you this. We're seeing the exponential rise that you sadly predicted would happen in COVID cases, you and many others this fall and winter. Here we are. Are we going to plateau anytime soon, or is this trajectory just going to keep going up and up?
Well, thank you again, and let me just say at the outset that our future's in our hands.
And right now, at least the next 3 weeks, because cases are already in the, we would say, in the pipeline, these numbers are going to go way up. Our job is to imagine what the world would be like to make the changes we need to make. We're going to be heading to a vaccine in the next few months where we can start to imagine having summer baseball back, barbecues, etc. But in the meantime, we are in a very dangerous period. The most dangerous period since 1918. And if we don't basically take the important steps like stop swapping air with our neighbors, our friends, our colleagues, we're going to see these numbers grow substantially.
So what should happen right now? I mean, I've talked to plenty of mayors this week and governors this week, and they all feel like that you can tell they all want to do more, and they're hesitant because of the fatigue, because of the economic impact, because of the lack of leadership from the federal government, perhaps the lack of money from the federal government. Because of the fatigue, because of the...
Oh. Vamos a ver, vamos a jugar otra vez. Esos compañeros que traía estaban muy perros, estaban muy güeyes.
Concede. What's the path then to 270?
Vamos a usar
Well, considering no state has actually certified the election results, there are ballots still being counted across the country. This is going to take some time to make sure we count every legal vote and do not count any illegal votes.
I understand that, but we've heard that talking point for a long time. But just go through the vote totals. In Georgia, President Trump is behind. There's currently a recount there. People have said they don't think it's going to change, even Republican officials there. Pennsylvania, the president's behind by tens of thousands of votes. Even if you win all the lawsuits, it doesn't count those. It wouldn't make up for the difference. Nevada, the president's behind. Arizona, the president is far behind, even though your campaign said by last Friday, a week ago, the president was going to be ahead. Wisconsin, the president is behind as well. What states is the president going to pull ahead in?
Well, Leland, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak. It seems like you're certainly not keen to let that happen today. But let's talk about Pennsylvania for a fact here. Okay. There are almost 700,000 votes in Pennsylvania that were counted in opposition to the Constitution. An actual egregious error there where they violated the Equal Protection Act. Nope, you're going to let me finish. The Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Almost 700,000 votes in Pennsylvania and in Michigan. Let's have a conversation about that state as well, where you have video from Fox News of individuals boarding up the windows, again, in violation of the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment of the Constitution.
Aaron, let me ask you a question.
You've
talked more than I have, Aaron. Aaron, answer the question, and then you get to talk. The question is this.
I did answer.
What do you want to have happen, Aaron? What do you want to have happen with those 700,000 votes? The ballots are already mixed in. Do you just want 700,000 votes deducted from Biden's total?
That conversation happens. You're trying to say this is done and over.
I'm not. I'm not saying it's done and over. I'm asking where you're going to pull ahead. Where are the votes to pull ahead?
This is now my third time to try to get this answer out. The legal path ahead exists here because there are clear constitutional violations that have keep snarking, making your faces and rolling your eyes,
Aaron, take me through.
I get it. You guys spent years trying to run up a Russia hoax against the president.
It's very simple.
And trying to say this is over.
How does the president?
And hypocrisy continues because you know what?
How does the president
don't concede to Joe Biden?
What do you want to
now everybody wants to say that this is over for us. It's ridiculous.
What do you want to
happens to this happen?
What do you want to have happen to the votes?
Decide, Leland.
Okay.
That is up for the court to decide. But we should be able to have the conversation about those votes. You're trying to say this is done and over.
No, nobody's trying to say that. I'm just simply asking you.
You guys keep calling President-elect. It sounds like you guys are
I don't know who you guys are. Okay, you and I are having a conversation with you.
I'm Aaron Greeny.
I'm trying to ask
the President of the United States.
I'm trying to ask you very simply, where are you going to find the votes? You say we want to count every vote. Conceivably, if you think that means you're going to pull ahead, where are the votes in a path to 270? Where?
We are taking every legal avenue that exists in these states to make sure that legal votes are counted and illegal votes are counted. Here's a question for you, Leland. For every Democrat and every talking head on the news, how much fraud is okay? How many dead people can vote and you're okay with that? How many ballots are run through a machine multiple times and you're okay with that? No, it's a serious question. We want to protect election integrity in the United States, and we said for months that we wanted to make sure every legal vote was counted and every illegal vote was not counted.
Who are you lumping everybody together with, Aaron? You guys? Really?
The media?
The media in general. So now it's just you just attack everybody if they don't agree with you. Okay.
No,
not much else to say. Aaron, we understand where you want to go with this. Thank you. We appreciate your time. Jillian?
When even Fox News' on-air hosts don't understand what you're doing, you might have lost the plot. Here, Leland Vittert had a simple question for Aaron Perini, Trump's director of press communications, and that is, amid all of these lawsuits that Trump is desperately filing across the country, where does the Trump campaign think it's going to find enough fraudulent votes to somehow change the outcome of the election? And as you might have been able to glean from Vittert's frustration here, he never exactly got an answer. Because keep in mind, even if the Trump campaign did win the lawsuits they were waging, it still wouldn't change the outcome of the race. They've had suits over 53 ballots in Georgia. They've sued over a deadline extension to provide proper identification for a small number of ballots in Pennsylvania. These are not going to flip states for Donald Trump, who is down tens of thousands of votes in every swing state. And so the question remains, when Trump and his mouthpieces claim that there's a legal path to victory because of these lawsuits, what is it? And the fact that there doesn't seem to be
guys, can you hear me?
that question says it all. Perini then
Yo, where did this box go?
Everyone on the right's been repeating,
The one with
saying that they want to make sure that only legal
the one with the
votes are
weapons.
only the legal votes are being counted. Saying they want only legal votes to be counted.
So I mean, is there any other one in the map?
Anything to share by your employer, Dr. Strauss.
Can you upgrade the gun?
Group's interest was in Project M Station.
Where do you upgrade them?
Atomic research. But I heard stories. Unnatural transformation. Set aside, we should restore power.
This is not the case.
Shit.
But rather that good faith errors were made during the ballot count. In fact, no good faith errors were actually made during the ballot count, and that case was dismissed. Trump's own lawyers showed up in court declaring that this is not a fraud. Pretty much undermines Aaron Perini's suggestion that fraud was occurring. And finally, here's the most absurd talking point of all. When she asks how many dead people voted. This has been one of the right's favorite talking points, as well as one of the most thoroughly debunked. First of all, there have been accusations all over conservative social media that tens of thousands of people born in the year 1900
It's on here.
Specifically those born
But I need somebody to open the door.
Here's the thing. When systems were transferred from analog to digital, guess what the default was? The absence of a
Yeah, come on. I already opened the door to come down. So we need to find that power down here. Shit.
If the Trump campaign actually had this information, again, it was presented as evidence in court. That is quite literally the most perfect.
Molotov out.
Is all the proof you need that this is nothing in reality. And we could go on. Trump's mouthpieces. Evidence to back up any one of these claims. Why not offer proof? If there really was fraud, why not offer proof? If there really was
Yeah, he's down there. But I got a bunch of zombies that I gotta kill. Let's go.
doesn't mean the election was rigged.
This is power
so
shit
Trump
up.
campaign can continue to try and litigate
Come here, follow me down here.
but it's a fool's errand. errand and they're only delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, there you
At this
go.
point,
Keep going, Riley.
how ridiculous they look carrying on this charade. So to offer some free advice, it's time for the Trump campaign to accept reality and move on. The rest of the country.
There should be another door right here. 2000. Yep. There you go.
Neutralized flesh eater.
Research, they found something far greater.
Mr. Box on me right here.
That looks just like the other anomalies we've seen. Is this the first one? Created during the war?
Oh, man.
Oh, man, he's gone. God damn it.
Probably went to the other side.
Fucking Mr. Box. Yo, so how do you upgrade your weapons?
You gotta go down here. Right here.
Where at? Oh, shit. Right there where we use the power? Where we turn on the power or what?
Yeah, it should be going here.
Oh, shit.
Here, it's gonna be here where I'm at.
Which one are you? Green?
Green, yeah. You gotta retrieve the machine part.
Fuck, this fucking dog almost killed me, dude. Woohoo!
I got signal lock on. We're back in business. What happened? Satellite malfunction? Information suggests they traveled beyond our dimension. They did not interact with the gateway, did they? I'd recommend extended quarantine upon their return to base. 1 is nearby, strike team. Exfil window is short, so take it now if you're ready.
Ooh-hoo. Oh my god. Oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Ugh. Ugh.
Shotguns rarely disappoint. Nothing can outrun one of these.
Go get the machine part.
I'm down.
Oh shit.
Made more than $21 million in highly unusual payments in 2016.
Okay.
According to a report on his tax records in the New York Times, that money flowing from several of Trump's businesses to Trump himself. Meanwhile, the Manhattan DA's subpoena for President Trump's tax records looks like it's heading back to the Supreme Court. But what is the Manhattan DA looking for there? And are there criminal implications? NBC News correspondent for investigations, Tom Winter, explains.
Manhattan District Attorney is using a grand jury and confidential informants to continue their investigation into the Trump Organization and the president himself.
Visualized flesh eater.
The president continues to fight to prosecutors. DA decide so what the prosecutors long sought after documents. Legal and law enforcement
Sniping is an art.
Trump and the Trump Organization federal tax returns as losses
I wanna.
other financial information. They will
Ready to go.
to what Trump has presented to banks and insurance companies
Like these. They get it done.
asset valuations, and other financial information. Once they're done looking at those documents with a magnifying glass, they will discover any differences. And if there are differences,
Detecting a novel entity near your position. He appears to be very radioactive.
according to court documents, prosecutors
Oh shit, Juggernaut.
Insurance fraud.
Infected target removed.
New York Attorney General's office. Separate court documents show that DA's investigators are also taking a look at possible violations of hush money payments made to two women in 2016, Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal. Separately, there are non-criminal areas of scrutiny that may get the attention of the IRS. For example, there's payments to a manager as a consultant while she was one of the investigators determined if that was an act of the Trump family.
The fuck was that?
And finally, what about big losses the Times says the president has used to carry over each year to post against his income? He gave up a partnership and has now shuttered Atlantic City casinos, resulting in a big loss on paper. But was that proper? If the IRS finds it is improper, could there be a nearly $100 million bill that could come due in cash? NBC News has not independently reviewed the tax documents in the New York Times.
In cash money.
Have steadfastly denied any wrongdoing. Alan Garten with the Trump Organization says the New York Times' story is riddled with gross inaccuracies. Over the past decade, the president has paid tens of millions of dollars in personal taxes to the federal government. What is not known is how long any of these investigations will take and if there will be any charges. That's assuming that Vance ends up getting Trump's tax documents. Any of those tax documents.
Jonita hermosa. Hey.
Nearly 4 years into Trump's presidency, we still don't have his full financial picture, but we're starting to get a clearer picture about what investigators are looking for.
He's calling it the lingering thing. President Trump answering concerns about his health today, specifically that he had to pause and clear his throat at least twice in an interview with Fox's Sean Hannity last night. Here's what the president told Rush Limbaugh about his voice today.
You sound great. I've been reading that you got a hacking cough and that your voice is hoarse and you sound perfectly normal to me.
Well, there's always that little, that little lingering thing for a couple of days, but no, my voice is now perfect. I mean, for a couple of days, it's called the lingering thing. If you have hay fever, you have something, you have that too a little bit. But no, this is the most amazing thing that's happened.
NBCNews.com senior White House reporter Shannon Pettypiece joining me now from Washington, D.C. Shannon, the president said he feels...
Hold on.
Donald Trump wants to be special. He wants to be number one. He wants to make history. He wants to be remembered. And look, I'll admit, I'm not a big fan of him, but I have to give it to him. He has found a way to do that. He has made history. Even amongst all these presidents that we've had, he is the only president, as documented in what might be my favorite graphic I've ever seen, who will simultaneously have been a one-term president, will have been impeached, and will have lost the popular vote, and in fact lost it twice. So if someday we have some big loser who tries to challenge him for this title, they'll have to lose the popular vote twice to match him. No other president has ever done that. Congratulations, Donald Trump. School children in 200 years will still be learning about what a massive loser and failure you were.
Ooh.
He said he was going, and this is a victory. This is a win. This is something that he's better at than anybody else who has ever lived on the planet Earth.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know if the show The Biggest Loser still exists. If it is, cancel it. If it's not, don't reboot it, because it'll never be true. No matter how much anybody loses, it will be.
Oh shit. Ooh, kill him.
Look at that. You killed him again. I mean, that is decades and decades and decades of presidents.
Ooh, kill him.
History wrapped up in there. And any one of them is worthy of and indeed has received multiple documentaries and books. Think about Trump and Nixon and all of that. George W. losing the popular vote. Still, every one of those is a big loser in one way or another, and indeed probably in democracy. He's that only one in the center who managed to lose in every way that you could lose. I mean, look.
Ooh, kill him.
The joke is sort of on us, because despite the fact that all that happened, he still got to do quite a lot of damage to America. And a lot of that damage
I can't even believe I'm
alive. He can't suck the COVID out of the air that was needlessly expelled because of environmental deregulation. Trump, he can't reunite necessarily those families that have been separated. can't undo the needless non-consensual hysterectomies and all of that. But at the least, at some point, this is what he will be remembered for. Failing in ways that
Once he's indicted, so you may have to have that circle.
Ooh, kill him.
Exactly. At this point, he's the number one, but he can insulate himself.
Oh, hell no. To the no, no, no.
I don't know. Maybe he can like fall down the stairs or something. Like do something just in case. Because Don Jr. wants to run someday. He's looking like a pretty admirable loser at this point. And he might have the challenge.
And you know the new dynasty now, man. This is the new family business, by the way. Trump and politics will become the new family business. They're going to stay here. They're going to ride this wave until the people that support them.
I fear that you're right, and I fear that this being a reality show thing that we've got going, the tagline for them is they put the nasty in Dynasty. Anyway, I'll see myself out.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Can't do this deal.
For more news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamn. Ring the bell wherever it is, so you don't miss anything.
God damn it! Accurate, god damn it!
Oh. Oh, good shot, dude. Oh.
I just walked right into a grenade.
Oh shit! Oh shit! What you got, fool? Oh. That was personal radar drone.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on. Come on, kill him. Come on, kill it all over this bitch. Oh, God.
You're seeing the exponential rise that you
shit.
Who
else wants some of this shit?
Here we are. Are we going to plateau anytime soon?
Oh my god, is this? Yeah, I cover that shit, dude. It's great.
Let me just say at the outset that our future's in our hands. And right now, in the next 3 weeks, these cases are already in.
I just gotta reload.
Our job is to
These assholes.
vaccine next month, where we can start to imagine having summer baseball back, barbecues, etc.
Who the hell motherfucker hit me? I'm fine.
Basically take important steps like stop the
got all the deals here.
We're going to see these numbers grow substantially.
What should happen
down here?
Oh, hell no. To the no, no, no.
You can tell they all want to do more, and they're hesitant.
Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
From the federal government, perhaps the lack of money from the federal government. This is the situation we are in. Not that you took
Oh, hell no.
and governments working together. What do we do right
To
now?
the no, no,
What
no.
do without the help of the federal government?
Well, it's critical that we do get the help of the federal government, and I can't make that
Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
If we're going to control this virus out in our communities right now, we're going to have to support those who are going to be suffering economically. You know, you have a choice. Do you want to have schools open, or do you want to keep bars and restaurants open? Well, if you shut down bars and restaurants, they're hanging on by a thread. That single mother waitress that basically doesn't have any other income, we have got to support them in helping to do the right thing. They want to. I don't know anybody that doesn't want to. If we're going to help our healthcare system right now, try to respond to this crisis, and we know that they are at a tipping point. We've got to have help right now.
Hell to the no.
So
To the no,
just
no,
urge that
no.
the last thing we do is support our governors. They are the front lines right now. There is no national leadership on this issue. They're trying. I don't care if they're Democrat or Republican, they're trying. And we've got to support them in these issues.
Look, now that you are a member of President-elect Biden's COVID advisory board, any comments you make are suddenly going to get put through a different prism. So I want to give you a chance to clarify what you meant by the 4 to 6 week lockdown, because you said even back in here and have some sheltering in place if we have any chance at bending this curve.
Well, first of all, we've got to reframe this issue. We have
Check your gear and weapons. We go soon.
That what we're trying to do is get them this summer. We have vaccines.
Don't come at me with that bullshit, bruh.
How safe it is to be in everyday life. And what we need to do right now is focus on what's going to make that difference.
Oh, hell no.
As you said, it's very important.
To the no.
Dropping into the AO.
That's how this is being transmitted. And we have got to do whatever it takes to support that. If you see the governor struggling right now, I've actually talked to 5 governors in the last 2 days. All of them said, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could all at least be on the same page? But right now, you've got my state surrounded by 4 other states.
Enemy soldier incoming.
That by itself is what we're talking about, standardizing how we all approach this. This virus doesn't care what party you are, doesn't care where you live. We have to understand that that's what we have to work on right now.
Dr. Osterholm, it certainly looks like the case count's only going to go up, the hospitalizations are only going to go up, and the death count is only going to go up between now
Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Of passing out this vaccine. How close to the breaking point is our hospital system? And at what point is that going to be the point where the hospital system is going to force us to shut down?
Well, I think you said it very well. You know, my worst fear is what we saw happen in other countries where people were dying on the streets. People literally were dying in the waiting room.
Battle Royale.
After spending 10 hours.
Se congeló otra vez.
That's going to start happening. The media will start recording it. We will see the breadth and depth of this tragedy. That, I hope, will not be the way that we finally decide to reduce our risks. This idea of swapping air, we got to stop doing that. And so I think it is the healthcare system breaking, literally breaking, that will unfortunately bring us to a sense of reality of what we must do in the short term.
And how close are we to that point?
Well, you know,
Estamos jalando bien ahorita, perro. Estamos jugando.
Dr. Michael Osterholm of the University of Minnesota, we have you on here to give us the straight talk. Always do. Appreciate you coming on. Thank you. So, hello from Washington. I'm Chuck.
No, el arcade no.
The Meet the Press channel on YouTube. Click on the button down here to subscribe, and click over here to watch the latest interviews, highlights, and other digital exclusives.
Lo acabo de quitar ahorita, güey. Hey, oh no. To the no. Uh-oh.
Is the President-elect Joe Biden's choice for Chief of Staff. It's Ron Klain. Mr. Klain, welcome to Meet the Press.
Thanks for having me, Chuck.
The models indicate that another 100,000 Americans may die before January 20th. We may be sitting at a case count.
Ay, mami, güey, ¿cómo vas a jugar en 2D si tienes para jugar 3D?
So, what do you do now in anticipation for what looks like is going to be exponentially worse?
Vamos a ver qué pedo,
60 days.
Bájalo de allá.
Yeah, Chuck, I mean, it's a very grave situation. Back in September, then
Porque
Canada
no.
warned that America was headed to a very dark winter if the administration
To the
didn't step
no.
up its action. And
Ahí
you know,
está.
the very first business day of his transition on
Ahora sí.
Monday
Vamos a darle.
this week, the president-elect met with his COVID task force and then made a public statement afterwards where he called on all Americans to mask
Vamos a darle,
up.
vamos a darle.
He urged governors
Está bueno,
to
entonces bueno el
masking
nuevo.
mandates now,
El arcade.
reiterated the fact that when he becomes president, he will impose one on a nationwide basis. And so, look, he's not the president now. There's not that much that Joe Biden can do right now to change things, other than to reiterate kind of the message you heard from Dr. Osterholm, which is that all Americans and our state and local governments need to step up right now. If the president, the administration is not going to lead, that's where the leadership has to come from. That will change on January 20th. But right now we have a crisis. It's getting worse. You know, we had never had a day with 100,000 cases in a single day until last week. By next week, we may see 200,000 cases in a single day. So this is getting much worse, Chuck.
What do you, I'm curious, with your coronavirus advisory board, has there been any even informal contact between the task force and your advisory board? Has there been informal contact for instance, between the president-elect and Dr. Fauci?
Unfortunately, Chuck, we can't. We can't until we get that GSA ascertainment that authorizes us to contact government officials. And so we can't have any of those kinds of contacts until we get to that stage.
Ah, no me dejó acabarlo otra vez.
Obviously, there's information that passes.
Nah, voy a enojar arcade.
People on our task force like Dr.
Vamos a instalarla así, la voy a ver qué tal.
Enemy personal radar overhead. Team deathmatch.
That has to be attack. We now have the possibility. We need to see if it gets approved. The vaccine.
Aquí está un perro.
Just making plans to implement that vaccine. Our experts need to talk to those
Installed in the AO.
Have your folks been able to have any contact with Pfizer?
Get down.
And do you have a better understanding of just how soon the vaccine will be administered?
We're going to have our top scientific advisors,
Officials
of drug UAV overhead, other promising vaccines as well. We're going to start these consultations this week. Again, I think that what is the scientific vaccine?
Están todos ahí en medio, le voy a dar la vuelta.
We need to be talking to them as quickly as possible. It's great to have a vaccine, but vaccines don't save lives. Vaccinations save lives. That means you got to get that vaccine into people's arms all over this country. It's a giant challenge.
Yeah, you have said convincing the American public, convince vaccine might actually be the biggest challenge we face as a country. But I want to stick with one more issue on the current COVID crisis, which is, you've heard Dr. Ostrom, every expert has said, if we're going to have a temporary shutdown, but we can't do it, we're not going to basically pay these people not to open their businesses. Can't do that.
Hey, what's up, Beaner?
Agreeing to something.
What's up, my nigga?
Urgently do you think
What up, Beaner?
House Democrats, Senate
What's up to the
Republicans, they're
Mexican fucker?
loggerheads? Do you
That's
take
me,
what you can get
fucker.
now, or do you support Speaker Pelosi holding out?
Well, the president-elect had a conversation with Speaker Pelosi
Deja tomar mi AKM, ¿verdad?
and they talked about the need to get urgent action. I mean, we need action during the lame duck. There's a lot of things that are going to have to wait until Joe Biden is president.
Que la
But this
pueda
is
levantar
not
bien
one of them.
rápido.
Getting help to people, getting help to state and local governments. I mean, it's not. We need urgent help to individuals.
Mira esta.
We're going to see layoffs of police, of firefighters, of teachers in the next month in a lot of states and localities unless these local governments get the aid they need. I know that Speaker Pelosi's committed to that. I know Leader Schumer's committed to that. This shouldn't be partisan. By the way, these layoffs are coming not just in so-called blue states, but red states also. This is a national crisis. It needs bipartisan national action now.
Has the president-elect spoken with Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell yet about this issue, or any issue?
He has not spoken with Senator McConnell about anything yet. We're hoping that Senator McConnell will accept the reality that is just the reality. Joe Biden won this election. Kamala Harris won this election. And I think it's time for leaders in both parties to get to business of this transition, to get to business of working together to start to plan out a legislative agenda for next year.
You said it's urgent for Congress to act in the lame duck, and are we to read in between the lines that you're telling Speaker Pelosi, look, don't stick to your guns completely, compromise where you have to? Is that the message that you wanted her to hear?
What Speaker Pelosi has done a magnificent job of handling this. What I want her to hear is that we have her back in handling this, but we have the backs of the American people. Speaker Pelosi, by the way, was in long negotiations with Secretary Mnuchin to try to find that compromise. I mean, Chuck, it's not that she hasn't been at the table. She's been at the table. We just now see the current administration has walked away from the table. So our message to Speaker Pelosi is keep doing what you're doing.
Se quiere congelar. ¿Qué se congela, perro? Oh, está fallando el internet, ¿eh? Sí, está bien. Así deja darle.
Last thing I'll say, Chuck, is I think the American people sent a pretty strong signal on Tuesday, on the Tuesday election.
¿Para qué chingados le ponen tantas mamadas a este pedo, güey? Me revuelvo todo, la verdad.
They wanted to see that people in Washington work together to make progress. That's the message I think that came out of that election. They want to see action.
Vamos a calar esta madre, vamos a calar el gran lancha.
Is at the top of that list of action they want to see.
Well, the president of this morning
este está bueno,
has tweeted something that a lot of folks are trying to interpret, because the first line
Este güey, lo voy a poner este
he
güey.
won because the election
Se
was
lo voy a
rigged.
cambiar por el. ¿Cuál
And the
era?
president's tweet goes through all of his reasons, what he believes why this election was unfair.
Creo que era este
But
güey.
it's the first time he said he won. In our own reporting, Mr. Klain, we've asked an official,
El laser
and
que
said,
hace.
is this the closest we're going to get to President Trump admitting that Joe Biden won? And we were told yes, and that this is the beginning of a concession process. Do you accept that as sort of step one here?
Well, look, I accept it as a further confirmation of the reality that Joe Biden won the election, and not through any of the rest of that tweet, not through fraud.
Se me hace que ahí va a quedar perra y aire.
Basically alleging he won because he got more votes. Okay, that's why he won. He got more votes in the popular vote by a lot, and he won the same number of electoral votes that President Trump himself called a landslide 4 years ago. But look, if the president's prepared to begin to recognize that reality, that's positive. Donald Trump's Twitter feed doesn't make Joe Biden president or not president. The American people did that. What we really want to see this week, Chuck, is the General Services Administration issue that ascertainment so we can start to do the kinds of things you and I talked about a few minutes ago. Meet with these vaccine officials, kind of get the intelligence briefings before the president-elect.
Vamos a ver qué pedo,
That's really the measure of
Vamos a ver qué Pedro pinche Pablo.
And finally, I want to ask you the importance of the Georgia runoffs to the president-elect's agenda. Look, Joe Biden, he ran on a pathway to citizenship, repealing tax cuts on corporations and the rich, passing the Equality Act, taking aggressive action on the pandemic and on climate change. To what extent does that agenda
Y luego quiere grite, ay güey, ando un poco dormido todavía yo, Eso que ya son las pinches 4 de la tarde.
Chuck, it's obviously important to win those seats in Georgia, not because necessarily just because of Joe Biden's agenda or whatever, but I think we have better senators in Washington. We're going to get a better output in Washington.
What up, bitch?
Support the kinds of things that Joe Biden supports. I think we're going to have better.
What the fuck is that, man?
What up, bitch?
Shit, rolling a joint. What about you?
Chilling on it. Alright, let's go.
2 million?
Yep. Let's see what we can do. See you nigga there. I got you, bro. Oh my god, me estoy quedando dormido.
Team deathmatch. Enemy threats in the AO.
Hold on.
Weapons hot.
What the fuck?
Enemy UAV on there.
Ah, bitch.
Enemy at the shipping area.
Me chingo.
Enemy at the bridge.
Ah. Oh, snap.
Hey,
Reloading. Enemy UAV overhead.
I ain't even ever played this map ever. Oh, it's just a fucking square.
Watch your fire.
Ooh, man. 3 motherfuckers up there. fuck?
Changing mag. Check fire.
Oh, cool. I see somebody with that double kill that grenade. Is that a motion?
Changing mags.
Enemy near Main Street.
I hate how fucking cluttered this map is. Real. You don't know what to do. You got to get a fucking shootout.
Ah.
Enemy halfway there. Step it up.
Reloading.
Fire.
Reloading.
Oh, I guess what I saw on my job today. Honor.
¿Qué onda, carnal? ¿Cómo? ¿Qué dices tú, Negrete?
Enemies in the air.
Ah. Negrete. Negrete. Se mueren esos culeros.
Hey.
¿Qué pasó?
Que si ya jugaste el de zombies, ahorita.
Sí, yo te lo estaba jugando ya. Jugué como 3 partidas. Ya jugué 3 partidas. No mames, esos güeyes no se mueren a la verga. A ver.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead.
Que la madre. ¿Qué onda, Diego? No puedo matar a nadie, güey. No quiero jugar oráculo. Oh, que la chingada. No, estoy orando muy manco ahora, todos los días, güey.
Changing mag.
Vas a ver, culito. Vas a ver, culito. Vas a ver cómo me matan, Ah, pero, órale, pero ya compré el nuevo, el de Black Ops. Digo, el Cold War. Oh my god. Cold War. Yo creo que necesito que dormirme otro rato, güey. Traigo mucho sueño, ¿verdad? Ay, güey. Esta madre la tienes que descargar todos los días, ¿no? Un update. ¿Qué dices, güey? ¿Qué dices tú, Negrete? Negrete. Ese pinche Negrete no sé qué pedo, güey. Habla y luego ya no se queda callado. ¿Y luego cómo andas tú, Diego?
Que si no jugaste el de Cold War, que si no jugaste el campaign.
No, no lo he jugado,
Pues
güey.
no se oye tu computer. No, pues no se oye, se te corta.
Ah, no sé por qué, güey. ¿Me estás escuchando por el juego o por dónde? Yo creo que se le corta a este güey.
aquí te escucho bien, pero de repente se corta como que se congela.
Pero por el juego, se corta por el juego. Hello, 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 ahí está. ¿Se corta por el juego o qué, tú, Negrete?
Deathmatch. Here they come. Attack.
Right behind you.
Command is ours. Maintain pressure.
Changing max.
Got a target. Enemy at the office. Grenade out! Enemy personal radar overhead. Reloading.
Que la madre. Negrete, negrete, negrete.
Soldat, you have lost the lead. Enemy at the compound. Command is ours. Maintain pressure.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, ya. Yeah. Hello, 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 hello. A ver. Hello, 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 hello. Hello.
Allied UAV overhead.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Grenade out.
Hello, 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 hello.
Enemy sighted.
Hello, hello. Yo creo que no me escuchan.
That's a kill. Check fire. Stay tight.
Enemy at the courtyard. Enemy personal radar overhead. I have
Reloading.
Estás viendo que aquí estoy yo, imbécil. Y te pones aquí en un lado.
Enemy movement.
Negrete, negrete.
reloading.
Hello, no sale mi microfonito, no se mueve.
We're halfway there. Keep going. Enemy UAV overhead. Allied precision airstrike incoming. Beware. Veto on station.
Negrete, 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 negrete. A ver, a ver, a ver, a ver, a ver. Negrete, negrete. Está bajando el micrófono.
radar coverage. Allied UAV overhead. Personal radar destroyed. We've lost coverage.
That's all that matters. That personal
Woohoo!
that's all that matters.
Ah, quedé en segundo lugar, tercer lugar, perro.
They better give me kills.
Yo, guys, can you hear me?
They better give me kills, man.
Yo, guys.
Oh my god.
Can you hear my microphone or not? Hello, hello, hello.
Man,
No me
I was
escuchan.
toasting their ass, nothing but headshot.
Yo, can you hear my microphone? Negrete, negrete, negrete. Oh, sí se escucha, güey, mira. Sí se está moviendo aquí el microfonito, perro.
Sí.
¿No me escuchas en el juego o qué, negrete? Negrete, ¿no me escuchas en el juego o qué, güey?
Sí, te digo que es de repente nomás, no es todo el tiempo.
Pues ahorita te estuve hablando todo el juego, güey, y no, ni siquiera me contestaste. Yo creo que no me escuchabas, ¿no? No escucha nada este, güey. Este mapa me gusta.
Target acquired. Weapons free in 5 seconds. Detonation is good. Re-engaging. Target those vehicles. No go, 3-1. That's too close to friendlies.
Yo, guys, can you hear me?
Roger, 2-1-2. Hammer visual on that position. Target is acquired.
Team deathmatch. Get out there. Promote the company.
What's up, fellas?
Enemy at the center.
Enemy sighted. Mag change.
Shit! I'm taking fire!
Enemy vehicle. Reloading. Personal radar drone.
Ooh.
Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Reloading.
Oh, shit.
Reloading. Friendly counter UAV. Friendly UAV online. Reloading.
Pinche helicóptero de mierda. El avión de le voy a otro lado del perro.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Reloading. Taking control.
center.
Friendly counter UAV active.
Reloading.
Halfway there. Fighting.
Reloading.
Personal radar drone standing by.
Request recon flyover.
Copy.
Ooh.
Allied cluster strike inbound.
Grenade out.
Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Enemy at the yellow.
Personal radar complete.
Friendly UAV online.
Reloading. Taking fire.
Friendly precision airstrike on the way.
Enemy at the center. Reloading.
Ooh. Ah.
Reloading.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I'm hit. Reloading. Enemy at the office. Grenade out. Reloading.
Fighting. We got this. Personal radar drone standing by.
Request recon flyover.
Copy. Falcon 301 route for personal radar completion.
Reloading.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Ese era mío. Ese objeto era mío. Me lo ganaron. Me mató por... ¡Oh! Por estar peleándome con aquel güey. Stand down. Stand down.
Yo eliminé la última, Eli. Yo la maté.
No mames, ¿dónde está?
Con un fusilazo, mira, la aventé la chingada.
No mames, nada más mataste 4. Come on, come on. ¿Por qué no se escucha mi micrófono, güey? Oh, yo me ya sé por qué no se escucha mi micrófono.
¿Es
Mira.
mejor este que Cold War?
Ya sé por qué no se escucha. Ya sé, irá. Ahora sí, ya se debe escuchar, ¿no? ¿Se escucha? Ahora sí se escucha, ¿no? Ya. Ya no se corta, se me hace que ya no se va a cortar.
Ya, sí te escucho.
Se me hace que ahora sí ya no se va a cortar, fíjate. Se me hace que ahora sí ya no se va a cortar.
Sure. Escucho bien.
Se me hace que ahora sí ya no se va a cortar. Una.
Oh, ya ves. Si
¿Qué?
tienes algo ahí mal.
Tengo una madre que se llama el mic threshold. Lo cerraba, cierra el micrófono esa madre. Y lo estaba cerrando. Tenía que hablar muy fuerte para que lo abriera.
Hey, what's your fire? We've got enemy inbound, lock and load. Grenade out! We pulled ahead. Reloading! Reloading!
Enemy at center.
No ammo! Reloading. Coming along. Movement!
Eli,
¿Qué pasó?
hay unos que se esconden nomás, no juegan.
Reloading!
Por eso no prenden los camperos.
Reloading! I'm hit!
Uh.
On station for Overwatch. Allied cluster strike inbound.
Qué ojete. Hay dos allá, güey. En la esquina. En la esquina. Me dio sueño, güey.
Reloading! Grenade out!
Me dio sueñito, no sé por qué.
Pon la rola.
Tú no las puedes escuchar.
Reloading! Friendly UAV overhead. Reloading!
Sí, tengo
radar drone ready. We're halfway there. Keep fighting. Reloading! Friendly VTOL on station for Overwatch.
No, güey, ponte los audífonos, güey, para que juegue. Si no, ¿cómo quieres aprender a jugar? Yo quiero subirme el carro este.
También los tengo puestos.
VTOL on station.
Dele, güey.
We're winning this. Keep it tight.
Mi sueño, perro. Negrete, negrete. Ese pinche avión se llevó a todos, güey. ¡Ay, güey! Well played, well played, well played.
Enemy at center.
Ya me dio sueño. Laser.
Eli,
¿Qué pasó, carnal?
ya no te veo nada, ya no veo nada.
Oh, se borró, ¿eh?
Ya no miro tu pantalla ni te miro a ti nada.
Espérate, güey. Se borró esta madre.
¿Qué pasa eso o qué?
No, es que aquí le cambio yo. Le pico un botón y se cambia. Ahí está ya. Le pico un botón y se cambia de como de escena.
¿Cómo?
Le cambio un botón y se cambia de escena.
Te decía ayer que
¿Qué bajó?
el viernes acabamos allá al estadio y de ahí nos fuimos para Wyoming.
Órale.
Tuvimos como 20 hours.
No seas mamón.
Sí.
¿Qué tan lejos está ahí Wyoming de donde vives?
Está como 2 horas.
Ah, está cerquita. ¿Hay mexicanos ahí en Wyoming?
¿Cómo?
¿Hay mexicanos en Wyoming?
Pretzel.
Ahora sí te veo, ya te veo bien.
Que si hay
You gotta
mexicanos.
love him, no?
Que si hay mexicanos en Wyoming.
Hay puros, no, hay puros como gringos. Dicen que son racistas ahí.
No mames, ¿ya está? Vamos a ver qué pedra. ¡Ah!
Team deathmatch. Enemy incoming. Weapons ready.
Me llegó, güey. Entonces casi no hay latinos para allá.
Enemy personal radar overhead.
No, casi no. Fuimos a... Nos mandaron a hacer un estacionamiento así abierto donde llega todo shipment de la...
Enemy at the bridge.
De Lowe's, la...
Yeah.
De esa madre como un Home Depot, pero la Lowe's.
Enemy near main area.
Yeah, el distribution center de Lowe's.
You're losing control. Reloading.
¿O qué pedo?
Ándale.
Allied UAV overhead. Reloading. Enemy movement.
Oye,
Sí, uno de esos.
¿pero ustedes qué le ponen al piso?
Low ammo. Reloading. Reloading. Enemy at the bridge. Allied cruise missile launched. Target down. We have a personal pickup drone ready for escort.
Chapopote.
I'm taking fire.
Toma. Echamos chapopote las grietas para que no se meta el agua.
Ya. Ya, para que no se meta el agua, para que no lo levante.
Friendly shield turret deployed.
Y también hacen techo.
Pudra pues todo lo que es el asfalto.
¿Y qué? ¿A cuánto pagan la hora para allá? A ver si me conviene. Sí, pero ahora que viene el invierno, ¿qué hacen ustedes?
Enemy at the bridge.
Cada uno más o menos, pues ahorita pagan bien, aquí en Colorado el estado paga bien.
I'm with you.
¿Tú trabajas para el estado o qué?
Guys, we do snow removal.
We're halfway there. Keep going.
Y también nos vamos al unemployment, nos dan unemployment benefits.
Órale, órale.
Enemy personal radar overhead.
¿Pero tú trabajas para la ciudad o qué? ¿Para el estado?
No, trabajo para una compañía.
Enemy care package inbound.
Trabajo para una compañía. Pero yo...
Enemy UAV overhead.
No, trabajo para una compañía, pero te pagan, a veces tocan trabajos para el estado.
Ah, ok,
Ahí
ok.
te pagan doble.
No, hombre, ¿a poco? El doble por hora.
Allied gunship in the area. Engaging targets. Taking fire.
Sí. Allí te pagan muy barato, ¿verdad?
Enemy at the shipping area.
¿Cómo dices?
Estás ganando el doble.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Hola, perro, ¿por qué me estás pegando a mi compa?
Te pagan barato en Texas, ¿verdad?
Enemy.
Y en Texas te pagan vara, ¿no?
Sí, pues depende, como no sé cuánto sea vara para ustedes, porque como para Chicago, para Nueva York sí es muy barato. ¿Sí me entiendes? como casi, ya ahorita casi que lo mínimo que gana cualquier persona.
Pues más que nada uno lo que quiere es, pues,
Friendly care package.
para que
¿Cómo?
para que solventen tus gastos.
Sí, pero lo que te
Enemy
digo,
personal radar overhead.
aquí como aquí ay, güey, en Texas, ya casi lo mínimo que paga cualquier persona son unos $15 la hora.
Allied cluster strike incoming. Allied cruise missile launched.
Pero antes era como 10.
Aquí donde estoy yo, sepas o no, estoy ganando tus 18 o 19 dólares la hora.
No, pero en la compañía donde estás tú.
No, ya aquí en varias compañías donde vayas.
Entonces casi que igual, ¿no?
Friendly care package inbound.
Casi igual, entonces casi igual que en Texas. Entonces está casi igual que en Texas, ¿no?
Digo porque trabajamos aquí donde estoy yo y este año y eso les pagan, ¿no?
Sí, güey, o sea, como te digo, aquí subió mucho en 2-3 años subió mucho porque había mucha competencia. Pero no lo suficiente. El problema, la única diferencia es que aquí en Texas hay trabajo todo el año y bastante. Por eso es que mucha gente se viene para acá. Como mucha gente que viene de norte, pues allá ganan lo doble.
De hecho, Eli, esta compañía el año pasado íbamos a ir para allá, para San Antonio, fíjate, en el invierno que viene siendo aquí, íbamos ya a trabajar, pero siempre no sé qué pasó, que
Es que hay mucha competencia, güey. Mucha competencia de trabajos aquí. Como te digo, como para allá para el norte, ahí pagan el doble, ponle Nueva York, Chicago, para allá. Pero hay muy pocos trabajos, ponle. Y aquí hay trabajo siempre. Es lo que ha tenido Texas por 20, 30 años. No sé si sea bueno o sea malo, ¿verdad? Pero es lo que hay.
Ok.
Y siempre hay como mucho overtime. Para mí, en mi opinión, está mal. Porque debería de pagar más por hora.
Pues, sí. Pues eso es lo que tiene, como en California, Eli.
Ajá.
Yo estuve allá en California, allá.
En California pagan mejor, pero está todo bien caro.
Enemy at the tower. We've taken the lead.
¿Me escuchas, güey?
Sí, en California. No, en California, fíjate, en California están las dos. Está caro y pagan bien barato,
Oh, no, pero pagan barato los trabajos como de los restaurantes y así, güey. Los trabajos en verdad sí los pagan más o menos, Como los de soldadores y así, soldadores, vidrieros. ¿Sí me entiendes?
Órale.
Lo que tienes que aprender con años de experiencia, ¿me entiendes?
Ándale, sí.
Y aquí en Texas así estaba antes, güey. Antes en Texas nosotros los soldadores, los vidrieros, los plomeros. Ganábamos, ponle 50% más que los chirroqueros, los del concreto y así, como los de ustedes, los riferos, ponle. Y estaba más o menos, ¿verdad? Porque de perdido todos querían ser como algo mejor. Y ahorita, güey, estamos todos parejos. Está bien, ¿verdad? Porque pues todos debemos querer ganar más. Pero sí se quedaron atrás como los trabajos que... No sé cómo se llaman en español, los tradesmen jobs, los trades, los que tienes que como aprender. Eso es lo que yo veo mal aquí en Texas.
Sí, pues yo tengo la familia por parte de mi señora, pues allá, y yo también tengo mi familia allá y he ido para allá. Y la verdad sí es bien barato. A veces te vas, a veces me iba así a jalar, ¿verdad? Por todo el día, casi una chingota. $100 nomás.
Nah, güey, y ahorita nadie paga $100, güey. No, pero es que cambiaron mucho las cosas, güey. Ahorita nadie gana $100. A menos que seas un ayudante de que acaba de salir de 15 años, de 17, 18 años. Y así a lo mejor nadie.
Pues no sé qué rollo.
Y ahorita todos de perdido, güey, como la gente que trabaja así por día. Está ganando de perdido 150 los ayudantes. Ponle, yo sé que a lo mejor sí hay alguien así, güey, pero son muy raros y ya nadie quiere trabajar así porque hay mucho trabajo. Entonces, toda la gente se puede decir, no, vete a la chingada, yo no voy a trabajar contigo. ¿Me entiendes? Por eso muchos se salieron de las compañías, porque decían, ah, mejor me voy por día, gano más. Como los ruferos, los que trabajan en las tejas. Esos güeyes ganan hasta $400 al día, los güeyes. Y los ayudantes como unos 200. Como te digo, los que no...
A lo mejor tiene que ser, depende, ¿verdad? La cosa que hagas.
Aquí en Dallas, Austin y Houston no hay eso. Ya. Si te vas para allá para el sur, a lo mejor sí, El Paso para allá.
Ya.
¿Dónde tienes familiares tú?
Ahí en Houston.
Ay, menos en Houston, güey.
Sí.
Mira, ahorita Diego Zamora, a saber. No sale, güey. Si nomás para lonchar, güey. Si te gastas $20 diarios. No sale.
Pues es lo que te platicaba, pues.
Pero ¿qué es lo que hacía esa persona que ganaba $100 diarios hace 2 años?
¿Dónde?
¿Qué es lo que trabajaba?
Pintando casas.
No, güey, $100 diarios no la hacen, güey. Y menos los pintores. Y menos los pintores que trabajan un chingo de horas, trabajan como 12 horas diarias.
Sí.
No, esos güeyes.
Más o menos.
Un pintor, pero pintor, no el ayudante. Sí. Un pintor de por fuera, te apuesto que ha de ganar unos $300 diarios. Porque.
Sí, ayudante, pues, ¿verdad?
Pero yo creo que debe haber sido un ayudante de pacotilla, güey, de los que nomás le dan trabajo para que no se agüite. O sea, es a lo que me refiero, güey. Sí te puedo creer que le den $100 a alguien, pero como a un niño, güey, que lo llevan nomás para que les ayude. Neta, te lo juro. Como una vez yo agarré un trabajo hace como que, fíjate, te voy a explicar. Hace 10 años, güey. Yo cuando me accidenté en la motocicleta, pues perdí mi trabajo. Y hace 10 años, güey, entré de ayudante, de soldador, güey. Y nomás me traía el vato en la troca todo el pinche día, güey. Ni hacíamos nada, güey. Y me daba $100 diarios. Y era nomás para que no me agüitara yo. O sea, nomás en lo que encontraba trabajo, ¿me entiendes?
Sí. Team Deathmatch. Get your teeth out. Time to hunt.
Pero como te digo, en unas compañías sí te la creo. Pero por afuera no, güey. La gente aquí, la raza sí gana bien por afuera. El problema es que no tienes como vacaciones, no tienes... Te pasa algo, ¿tú me entiendes?
Sí, es que pues, además en cada estado tienes un sistema, ¿verdad?, de trabajo y por ejemplo en temporada que viene siendo verano y el tiempo bueno, pues, y hay mucho overtime, muchas horas y pues así es como se trabaja aquí por eso del frío.
Ajá. Para acá se nos vino mucha gente de California, para acá, para Texas,
¿Mandé?
Para acá, para Texas se nos vino mucha gente de California, de allá del norte.
De hecho aquí, Eli, fíjate, aquí en este estado, porque cuando vamos a trabajar, miro así placas de Washington, de Texas, de California, Missouri, de Utah, de varios estados de Florida que vienen a trabajar.
Pero a lo mejor no me van por un tiempo, ¿no?
Sí, me imagino que han de venir por el verano, es que hay mucho jale aquí.
Sí, pues, o sea, por lo mismo, güey, de que... Por lo mismo, no, es que por lo mismo de que no se puede, que nada más se puede hacer... Ponle el trabajo en medio año.
Sí, bien, son como unos 8, 9. Y si alcanzas 10 bien metido. Sí.
Pero lo que te quiero decir es que como se viene todo de chingazo, entonces no tiene suficiente gente para hacer todo ese trabajo en ese tiempo. Entonces va gente de otro lado.
Ah, ya, sí.
¿Sí me entiendes?
Sí, claro que sí.
Y les conviene más como a las compañías hacer eso, güey, porque cuando se viene el tiempo malo no los tienen que descansar. Nomás de regrese por su casa, pero...
Pues sí. Y pues ya cuando se nos va, pues sí, ya nos mandan employment.
Sí, a las compañías locales.
Sí, claro, las compañías que...
I'll drive it.
Donde está uno pues ahí trabajando.
Aquí en Texas nos ha ido bien, güey, no hemos tenido malos años. Yo no he descansado a nadie nunca por falta del trabajo.
Fíjate, y estaba iba pues para allá a vivir, ahorita ya agarré mi casa.
Oye, no, la verdad, Texas está muy bien. El problema es lo que estamos pasando ahorita, de que estamos muy retrasados en el dinero.
Lo del pago.
Ajá, pero eso es normal. O sea, suben los precios y luego va atrás de ellos, va atrás de los precios el pago. Y luego se acomodan y luego otra vez, y otra vez, y otra vez. Eso es normal.
Pues, o sea, unas con otras, ¿verdad?
Ah, un primo mío se acaba de ir para allá, para California.
¿Para dónde?
Digo, para allá, para contigo.
¿Para Colorado?
Ajá. Es que allá tiene familia. Ah, él trabajaba aquí de vidriero con nosotros.
Ok.
No ganaba mucho porque pues, acababa de empezar. Yo no sé cuánto ganaba, yo creo que ganaba con unos 18 ya.
Y déjame te digo, Eli, no tomó mala decisión, eso sí te digo, no tomó mala decisión, aquí se vale de nada.
Pero quién sabe, porque parece que se iba a ir a. Le iba a ir a llegar a alguien a poner tinte en los vidrios. A ver, ojalá le vaya bien.
Sí. Mucha gente se ha levantado aquí, pues.
Nosotros tenemos familia ahí. Uno trabaja.
¿Sí?
Uno
¿Cuándo vienes para acá?
No sé, mi mamá y mi papá van como 3 veces por año.
Fíjate, nomás faltas tú.
A cada rato me invitan, pero a mí no me gusta manejar tanto.
Sí, son como 16 hours. No, son menos. Tú vives en San Antonio, ¿verdad?
No, vivo en Dallas.
Dallas. No, pues el día viene para acá, pues.
Ellos viven mis familiares viven en. Di los nombres de las ciudades grandes.
¿De dónde?
Di los nombres de las ciudades grandes de ahí.
Oh, mira, estamos en Aurora. Está Aurora, Springfield, Brighton, para el norte está Fort Collins.
No, está cerquita de ahí del Pikes Peak.
¿Del qué?
De Pikes Peak.
Oh, Pikes Peak. Eso es más para el oeste.
Así se llama
Ya más para las montañas, ¿sí o no? Para las montañas.
Sí.
Sí, entonces pues está más para allá, para esto.
Porque cuando van ahí van.
Oh, no, ahorita está bien nevado para allá, bien frío. Más frío que aquí donde estoy yo. Ok. Fíjate la vuelta para acá.
A ver qué pasa.
Pero si no te gusta el frío, pues ni para qué.
No, a mí sí me gusta. O sea, no tengo miedo.
No tienes, no.
No me gusta, pero pues no.
Pues. Ey. Pues porque tú, claro, vienes de un estado.
No, hombre, aquí se pone bien helado, güey.
¿Sí?
Sí,
pero es diferente, tío. De hecho, aquí no hace mucho, cuando está nevando, no hace mucho.
No, pues
ya cuando se empieza a descongelar, hijo de su madre, sí.
A mí se me hace que aquí está peor porque aquí hace mucho aire. Como está loco, a veces se viene el frío
aire,
y luego
sí.
aire y no, hombre, se pone bien feo.
Seco, ¿no? Allá.
Sí.
Seco, así como aire seco, frío. Feo, pues.
A veces se pone bien
Sí,
feo.
más o menos me doy una idea.
A veces está congelando en la madrugada y luego para las 10 de la mañana ya estamos a 80 grados.
Hey.
All right.
Por eso prefiero, o sea, preferiría que hiciera frío todo el tiempo, porque a veces está congelando y luego se pone bien caliente y luego te tienes que volver a poner la chaqueta cuando sales del trabajo. No, me está todo loco.
Sí, está muy extremo, pues. Y una cosa y otra. O sea,
Y cuando hace frío nomás, pues te vas bien preparado y ya.
I like to drive.
Una vez andaba trabajando y te agarra el frío mediodía y no, hombre, no haces ni qué hacer, no hay ni qué hacer porque no vas preparado.
Enemy sentry gun active.
órale. Pues cuando fui para allá, te digo, me tocó, sí trabajé
trabajo en el... Nosotros le ponemos el vidrio a edificios.
Skyscraping.
Yeah, high-rise glazer.
No, eso es bien pagado. Es peligroso, ¿no?
Yo digo que está muy retrasado, lo paga.
Hey. Oh, sí, ¿no te pagan bien?
A mí sí.
Sí.
Pero en general, güey. Allí nomás o vas a otro lado.
In case you wanted any idea how pathetic the election challenge
¿Cómo dices,
filed
carnal?
by Donald Trump have been, they put it
Allí
to you
nomás
this way. They
trabajas tú
filed a
local
lawsuit earlier
o
this
te
week in
mandan a otro.
Pennsylvania.
Yo trabajo todo Texas.
Massive voter fraud in the counties of Fayette
Sí, en todo Texas.
and Pennsylvania. Fayette County, Luzerne County, Pennsylvania.
Houston, Austin,
According to this lawsuit filed
San Antonio,
by the Trump
Dallas,
campaign, the Trump lawyers,
and everything in between.
realized,
¿Cómo?
I guess, at the time that Donald Trump actually won those two counties.
¿Cómo es, carnal?
Tienes mucho ahí
Pennsylvania.
Ya, del
According
2008.
to this lawsuit filed by the Trump campaign, the Trump lawyers, and they didn't realize, I guess, at the time that Donald Trump actually won those two counties. Yeah. Probably not the best strategy. I mean, if you're going to make up voter fraud, if you're going to invent it out of nowhere, probably best to focus it in areas that you didn't win. You know, just throwing that out there. I'm no expert on filing fictitious lawsuits based on make-believe, but yeah.
Reloading, stand by.
That's how incompetent these people are, folks. And here's the craziest part. We know that at least one of the law firms representing Donald Trump, Jones Day, they're very concerned about filing these lawsuits about the impact it's going to have on but also on their image. Because they know they're not going to win. So they're filing lawsuits that they know are going to fall flat on their face. They know they're not going to win these lawsuits.
Team deathmatch.
Anyway, because Trump's given
Get your teeth out.
Ellie,
time
¿Qué pasó?
Heck yeah.
¿Cómo dices?
A ver, repíteme lo que me dijiste.
No me acuerdo qué te dije.
This isn't going to end
No me dijiste nada.
until the Supreme Court says
Te dije que ver cuándo te eches la vuelta para acá.
Ay, ahí a ver qué pedo. Creo que mi mamá va a ir en diciembre.
¿Oh, sí?
Here's what happened in Florida. That was on the weekend.
¿Y si le gusta ahí? Sí, está
A mí no me gusta nada en la calle.
Igual le gusta andar.
We have the lead. Personal radar
Se les pega.
Talking about Arizona, Nevada, Pennsylvania,
Request recon flyover.
possibly even Michigan.
Falcon 3-1 route for personal radar coverage.
We're talking about at least 5 different states at this point, folks. It's not the same thing. It's not going to have the same impact. The only thing the Supreme Court is going to do, especially when Trump walks in there with no evidence, because he has none, he's going to go in there and say, here's what it is.
Reloading.
Court
Enemy personal radar in the air.
certify the results. Sorry, buddy. It's time. It's the only option the Supreme Court
¿Y si ha sido ahí el escapade o qué?
¿A dónde, carnal?
But Trump has the Supreme Court.
Enemy UAV overhead.
¿Al 2001? Sí. Ayer, tía, no, tengo mucho que no voy. Tengo...
Allí tienes uno por ¿qué?
Sí, güey. Aquí está todo la mera mata. Hay uno donde está, están todos juntos, está el 2001, 2009, 2010, 2011. Y hay como otro ahí, otros dos.
After all, Barr has never actually investigated, charged, or tried a case. He's a well-trained bureaucrat, but has no actual experience as a prosecutor. And that's the man who's making these judgments, overruling the prosecutors like yourself with the experience.
Well, that's true, and I want to make it clear that this is a sad day for me, and I feel it is necessary to speak out against the Attorney General of the United States. As you've noted, I've spent almost my entire life in the department. I love representing the people of the United States, and it was something that I was proud of every day I worked there. And it's therefore troubling when I see a bureaucrat basically supporting an autocrat, and that's sad.
I want to listen to something that Joe Biden said tonight about the Justice Department and the way it's being run now. And he makes a reference, just to help guide the audience, to the case brought by E. Jean Carroll in New York, where she is suing Donald Trump because she has accused him of rape. Let's listen to what Joe Biden said about that and the Justice Department.
But can you remember any Republican president going out there, or former Democratic president, go find that guy and prosecute him? Ever hear that? Or, by the way, I'm being sued because a woman's accusing me of rape. Represent me. Represent me. Personally represent me in the state of New York on my not allowing my tax returns. What's that all about? What is that about?
So there's Joe Biden identifying the things that that Donald Trump is using the Justice Department for that we have never seen before.
I think he may even be soft-pedaling it. Let me tell you, I hope, like many of my colleagues, that what he did in mischaracterizing the Mueller report was an honest mistake. It was just a sole misstep. But he has gone so much farther by choosing to selectively meddle at the direction of the President of the United States. You see that in the Stone, the Flynn, the Manafort cases, and it's true, as Joe Biden indicated, but he also could have mentioned the Department of Justice weighing in his suit against Melania Trump's best friend. You know, he tried to block the publication of Michael Cohen's book. Now, the Attorney General has a right to weigh in on cases, but he has to do so fairly. It's not proper for him, you know, at the whim or the tweet of the president to castigate Black Lives Matter protesters in Portland, but then turn a blind eye when armed right-wing militia stormed the Michigan State Capitol. And I go so far to say it was even worse than that, because following the Trump's tweet, then the Attorney General tried to defend those actions by saying that he thought the actions there by the governor in trying to impose public health restrictions to help our citizens was the worst restriction of civil rights since slavery. That's just, not only is it nonsense, it's not fair. It's not balanced. You can't represent only one side. The Justice Department, in its mission statement, makes it clear that we're here to enforce the laws in the United States and defend the interests of the United States, not to serve the whims of a president. Justice, you know, is blind, and it's blind to show that the department should be impartial. And that's what the Attorney General doesn't realize, and that's what happens when he kowtows, acts as a lapdog to the president.
And we've seen this before. From Kelly to Mattis to Bolton to Sessions, this president, Donald Trump, has made it crystal clear that there is simply no place in his administration for anyone who places loyal service to the people of the United States over service to him. That's a problem. It's a big problem.
But first this morning, President Trump's legal team has exactly 1 month to produce enough evidence to overturn the 2020 election. With a slew of lawsuits pending in multiple states,
Sí,
it's a
carnal.
tall task, but one that Senator Ted Cruz told us on this
Ya
program
me dio
last
hambre.
week is realistic.
But we could easily see, I believe President Trump still has a path to victory, and that path is to count every single
4:48.
legal vote that was cast, but also not to cast any votes that were fraudulently cast or illegally cast, and we have a legal process to determine what's legal and what isn't.
Former New York City Mayor and President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, is working to establish how many legal votes were actually cast, and he joins me right now. Rudy, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning, Maria.
So I want to start off, I know that you just spoke with President Trump, and I saw you on the phone, but I want to start off with this tweet that President Trump put out because it's gone
No,
viral
güey, no se cambia.
online, and a lot of people are saying that he is conceding, and here's what the president wrote on Twitter. He won because the election was rigged. No vote watchers or observers allowed. Vote tabulated by a radical left privately owned company, Dominion, with a bad reputation and bum equipment that couldn't even
Ahora te lo
qualify
checo
for
bien.
Texas, which I won by a lot, the fake and silent media, and more. Rudy, he says he won. Is the president right now in this tweet conceding this election?
No, far from it.
Espérate.
What he's saying is more, I guess you'd call it sarcastic or a comment on the terrible times in which we live, in which the media has said he won. But by going on to point out that it was illegal, obviously he's contesting it vigorously in the courts. The media has tried to call the election, and they don't have a legal right to call
Vamos a
the
ver qué
election.
pedo.
It gets decided by our electors, not by NBC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN,
Sí.
or Fox. You don't get the right to call it. I don't get the right
Espérame.
to call it. So he is contesting it vigorously. As he's gotten more evidence of the rigging that went on, he's really outraged. And I am too. I mean, it's way beyond what people think, including a very, very dangerous foreign company that did the votes in 27 states, a company that's not American, a company that's foreign, a company that has close ties with Venezuela and therefore China, and uses Venezuelan company software that's been used to steal elections in other countries. I mean, I don't think people have any idea of the dimension of the national security problem that Dominion creates. This Dominion company is a radical left company.
Todo que sale en las
People
noticias,
there is a
güey.
big supporter of Antifa and has written horrible things about the president for the last 3 or 4 years. And the software that they use is done by
Mientras
a
juego.
company called Smartmatic. It's a company that was founded by Chavez and by Chavez's two allies who still own it. It's been used to cheat in elections in South America. It was banned by the United States about a decade ago. It's come back now as a subcontractor to other companies. It sort of hides in the weeds. But Dominion sends everything to Smartmatic. Can you believe it? Our votes are sent overseas. They're sent to someplace else, some other country. Why do they leave our country? And this company has tried and true methods for fixing elections by calling a halt to the voting when you're in prior times, and I can show this to you. Networks would have called for him, but they didn't call it for him. I mean, we were ahead in those states, and there was so little to like, for example, 800,000 ahead in Pennsylvania, 64% of the vote cast. He was out-polling every projection possible. So right down to the rigged polls before, this is another attempt to try to defeat him by illegal means. It's no different than the impeachment. It's done by largely the same people who are involved in it. One of the chairman of Smartmatic is a close business associate of George Soros. I have to tell you more.
Finally, you want to get down to the votes, let's just pick Pennsylvania. We have identified 632,000 illegal votes. 632,000. It's enough to have the president win the state by 300,000, which is actually what he won it by. Right? If you get that Smartmatic machine out and you allow us, I mean, this is unprecedented. They're counting mail-in ballots. And they don't allow any Republican to inspect. That is illegal, unlawful, against the law. I don't know how else to put it. Never happened. I've done many absentee ballot elections. There's a Republican on one side, a Democrat on the other. No. The Republican was outside getting pushed around by goons. When they finally get in, they're 20 feet away and they're told to use binoculars. Binoculars, the only way you can tell whether a mail-in ballot is valid is by examining the outer envelope. The minute you remove the outer envelope, it's gone. You can no longer validate it. And that's why, under the law of every state, if you don't inspect it, the vote is invalid. There are cases, including in Pennsylvania, that have been overturned for just a few ballots that were handled that way. We can prove that 632,000 ballots were handled that way, particularly in Philadelphia. And if you tell me that Philadelphia doesn't cheat in elections, I will tell you you're living on Mars. I mean, and there is a Mars in Pennsylvania, by the way. But I mean, the reality is that I would be surprised if Philadelphia didn't cheat in this election. They've done it in the last 60 years. Now we move on to Detroit. In Detroit, we have evidence that 100,000 ballots were brought in at 4:30 in the morning and counted. And to the extent that our witnesses, and there are 4 of them, saw it, and one of them is an ex-employee of Dominion. According to them, every single ballot was for Biden. And not only that, whatever ballots they could see, because these weren't Republicans, so they could get closer. Every ballot they could see, it just had Biden's name on it. Nobody else, not even another Democrat. Now, why does that happen? It happens because you know you're behind, Dominion notifies you, you call off the counting, and then you start doing ballots like this. You can't do the down ticket. That's why you have Biden and no down ticket. Because they just had enough time to get Biden's name in. We never got a chance to inspect a single one of those.
Enemy at the construction
Okay,
site.
I got my piece out.
Will you be able to prove this, Rudy? Look, I want to show this graphic of the swing states that were using Dominion and this software, the Smartmatic software. I mean, you just said it all. This is a Smartmatic, a Delaware entity registered in Boca Raton, Florida. Activities in Caracas, Venezuela. The voting machines were used, Dominion voting machines were used in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. And I had a graphic showing the states where they stopped counting, which I thought was also strange to stop counting in the middle of election night. One source says that the key point to understand is that the Smartmatic system has a back door that allows it to be, or that allows the votes to be mirrored and monitored, allowing an intervening party a real-time understanding of how many votes will be needed to gain an electoral advantage. Are you saying the states that use that software did that?
Well, I know, I can prove that they did it in Michigan. I can prove it with witnesses. We're investigating the rest. In every one of those states, though, we have more than enough illegal ballots already documented to overturn the result in that state. Because not only did they use a Venezuelan company to count our ballots, which almost should be illegal per se. Number 2, they didn't allow Republicans in key places to observe the mail vote. That makes the mail vote completely invalid. Now, they didn't do it everywhere. They did it in big cities where they have corrupt machines that will protect them, meaning in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh, in Detroit. They didn't have to do it in Chicago and New York or Boston. They could have. They have corrupt machines there. They did it absolutely in Phoenix, Arizona. They did it absolutely in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Republicans were shut out from enough of the count so they could accomplish what Smartmatic wanted to do. And that pattern that you have there, we have evidence that that's the same pattern Smartmatic used in other elections in which they were disqualified. In other words, this is their pattern of activity. And yes, there is a backdoor, and we actually have proof of some of the connections to it. Right now, our cases are the most developed in Pennsylvania and in Michigan. But We already have enough affidavits from people who were pushed out of being able to observe. So in each one of the states that he lost narrowly, he won those states probably by 2-3%. And it's
Rudy,
a
two
terrible,
questions real
terrible
quick
thing that happened
before
to
we
us.
go. Do you have the Dominion hardware in your possession? Do you need to have that hardware in your possession to prove it? Can you prove the case without the hardware or the software?
We have people that I can't really disclose that can describe the hardware in great detail. We have some of the people, former government employees, our government employees and others that were there at the creation of Smartmatic. They can describe it, they can draw it, they can show it. And then we have proofs that I can't disclose yet. But I'm confident that...
Yeah.
That,
go ahead.
And this has to be examined, Maria, beyond this election, which I believe will get overturned. But beyond this election, this whole thing has to be investigated as a national security matter. And the governors who gave contracts to this company never bothered to do any due diligence. I mean, I can't imagine you would give a contract to a company if you went one step further and found out it's really being run by people that are close to Maduro